Hey workout partners, now that we're done with the first two segments and you can see the machine is 3/4 of the way built, we just have a couple of pieces left to put on there and let's do that together. The first is going to be the cross bracket, which has the hooks for your bench. If you bought the bench and you're hanging it. And for this, we're going to need our C bolts. I'm gonna start with one. Once you have one in place, we're gonna put the others. And I don't even need the wrench for that right now. It's not really a heavy piece. You'll be able to hold it with your hand while you are putting in the bolt. Now look, you'll see that it lines up. There are 4 holes. We're gonna line that up. And once your bolt is in, look, I'm just holding the bracket with my hand so that I can put on the washer and then the nut. Okay, that'll keep it there. Now let's get the other ones. Okay, I'm gonna do a total of 4. All right, I'm gonna go to the top. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go with the bottom one. So as I said, when we first generation of these machines, the frustration in assembly was just awful. And I'm like, I have to fix this after that influencer said. I've never had so much trouble putting together. Remember, that was just a prototype of putting together a machine. And I said, we better fix this. And I said to the factory, because they had like 4 guys putting the machines together every time. And you're at home, you're by yourself. I'm like, no, go grab 2 people from accounting, 1 person from accounting, see how long it takes them. And it was like 3 hours. They were like, oh yeah, we better fix it. So we fixed it. All right, so now that those are set up, we're gonna tighten them. And probably easier to tighten. I've got more room to swing this way on the outside. Let me make sure that's the right size. Okay. I might need a different sized ratchet, but you guys don't, I do. Okay. Stay right there. Hold please, here we go. The camera guy, Aldo, and I know this guy in the commercial industry, and if you were like in his office and you were talking about something, you got a call, he'd be like, hold please. Hold, he'd do that. Funny. All right. All right, so tightening that, take your time. Take your time. Keep those knuckles with all the skin on them. Now these pieces here, you don't want to over tighten, and I'll tell you why, because it'll start to bend in the tube. This is 2mm steel, whereas a little bit lower down here, we're at 3mm. So you can actually over tighten these. You just want them to be really snug. Good, I am. And here I am as well. So I'm gonna come around the other way. Right, so I'm gonna tighten this way. I'm gonna put the 1 wrench on the nut and then tighten the bolt from the outside. Now it's gonna start pulling, you'll see it's gonna start pulling the uprights together. And remember, we don't wanna over tighten. Take your time though. Good. You guys waited, some of you have waited so long for the machine at the beginning. And now the joy of putting it together, because it's going to be a game changer for the rest of your life. The last workout machine or piece of exercise equipment you will ever need for the rest of your life. Almost there. I don't want to over tighten. Good. All right. Make sure it's tight. Last piece. Now, if you guys bought the pull-up bar, you're not going to want to install that last bracket across the top with the C-rings. So the pull-up bar is heavy. So if you are doing this by yourself, I want you to be careful. Maybe get a step stool so that you can reach up, because we're a little bit high up there. But if you have the opportunity to get someone to help you, that would be fantastic. I'm going to do it alone. I always have to do everything alone by myself. So here I'm going to do it. Al, do you see Aldo lending a hand? No, he's holding the camera. He doesn't care. All right, so you see that your pull-up bar has 4 holes on it, and those line up with the 4 holes up here for the uprights. And I'm going to start with the very top hole. So I'm going to thread my bolt through the top hole of the pull-up bar. Okay. And then, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to line that up. So yes, I'm proving to you that you can do this on your own. Pushing the bolt all the way through, comes out the other side. I'm going to put on the washer. Remember, there's a washer on the inside and the outside, and really simple. Once we have one on, it becomes so much more easy. I've got the bolts in my pocket. There are 4 of them. They came with your pull-up bar. And let's go here. Let's go to the next top one. Through, again, come around, washer, and the nut. Okay. Let's get the bottom ones in. And then we're going to get our wrench, tighten it up. Then we're going to do the upper arms or the side arms for your machine. And then I'll show you the easy way to tighten these, or the best way that I found after doing it 8 gazillion times. All right, here we go. Off comes the nut. Push it through, around, and then just finger tightening. Make sure that goes on. Great, let's grab our wrenches. And then I'm going to come around to the back. Okay. So I'm going to reach around, stabilize the bolt, and then start to, oop, I think I used that for untightening. Hold on a second. Make sure that your ratchet wrench is set up right. Okay, that's right. Nothing in life is perfect. I'm far from it. And always give yourself a little bit of grace. And that comes to everything, including putting together your FLEXICON. All right, 2 more. Again, staying like this, reaching my arm around, and then tightening. This really is an amazing piece, and the original pull-up bar we had was just too flimsy, and I had to keep requesting for it to be beefed up so that regardless of how much you weigh, or it would be super stable. Awesome, that's on. Now we're going to do the assembly for the upper arms or the side arms, and for this you can have your E-bolts. They're very long bolts. So let's grab one of our side arms, one of our upper arms. You'll see that the pins are in the back, bottom and top. Come on over here. And so this bolt, your E-bolt, it's going to go through the front of this selectorized cam right here. Then it's going to go through the bushing, come out the other side, and then we put on the washer and the nut. So to do this, make it really easy. I'm going to pull the pop pin and go into one of the holes, and then line it up here to go all the way through. There we are. Let me bring this up. And let's see here. Here's my other washer. Oh, I had 2 washers on that side. It's fine. No one panic. I'll keep Aldo smiling. I'll keep it that way. We made the mistake, but it'll be just fine. Okay, finger tighten. Now let's get the other side done. Same thing. Okay, remember, pop pins in the back. We'll take off the washer and nut. And then from here, we're lining up again the bushing, which is the cylinder part, with the hole. So I'm going to pull the pop pin, and then I'm going to take my bolt, line it up, and go through. Come up the other side. Awesome. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's do it the other way. Right, so you want to go front to back. I just made that mistake. There goes the washer. And the nut, we're going to tighten these. Almost at the end, guys. So amazing. You guys have done fantastic, and what a beautiful machine that you have in front of you. I'm so excited for you guys to use it. All right. So come on over here. Let's tighten up. So we have to tighten the bracket here. Now you'll see there's some space between the bushing and the bracket, and that'll start to come in as we tighten. You'll see. Now this piece here, we want to make it tight, but we don't want to over tighten, and I'll show you why. All right, that's pretty tight. Because what happens is when you adjust the height of the arms, if it's too tight, it won't be fluid as you move it from position to position, but we want it to be fluid. I think I can go a little bit tighter, let's see. Yep, still good. Once that's up there, you guys have these, which are these pins, and the pin goes into the receiver bracket right here, and this is for safety. So when you're doing very heavy lat pulls, anything from the top down, we always have this in place, which will ensure that this will never break free, even if this does. So let's go to the other side. Okay, let's tighten that. Same thing applies here, not too tight. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. Solid. Up we go. Safety pin goes in there. And now, let's put on our handles. You can do handles or bar. I'm going to show you how to do the handles. So I have my stopper arms here at number 6. These stopper arms, and that's in another video, we'll show you how to use those and what they're for. But here I want you to twist your pop pin, you pull it, you bring it down so that number 6 is at the bottom, then we tighten it back up. Grab the main arm with your hand first, then do the release pin and bring it down. It's got some weight to it, that main arm, right? Other side, grab it, and gently just bring it down. Now I'm going to grab 2 handles and the 2 tightening discs, which are here. When we install our handles, you'll see right now that the thread's on the outside top. It's not where we want it. When we install it onto the machine, you'll see that up here, when you do the tightening disc, we're at the top inside corner, and we want the thread to be there. Here we are, top inside corner. This one goes on the left, this one goes on the right. You take your tightening pin, come over to the bracket, tighten. Other side. This would sometimes give me trouble. It's when this stuff happens with the prototype. I go, hey, you gotta fix that. All right, awesome. Bring the arms up. Amazing. So we have one more segment, which is going to be balancing out the machine at the end, because there are these feet that adjust. But fantastic job. So excited. You're that far away from getting in your first workout. Way to go.